I'm just trying to decide if I'm comfortable even talking about that.
This one's wife. They are Illuminati. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Yesterday, I asked the question about whether this one's wife is aided and abetted by certain dark forces, that there are mysterious dark powers that are guiding her, that have aided her ascent to the position of a world-famous individual with wealth, that there are unseen hands opening doors, ushering her through particular portals towards the achievement of certain unknown agenda items, that she has the backing of powerful, mysterious individuals. If you haven't watched that video, I would encourage you to do so, as it provides you with a healthy dose of critical thinking. Rather fortuitously, after having created that video, some information landed in my lap, which suggests that this one's wife and the ginger poodle are members of the Illuminati. Perhaps that's why this one's wife does as she does, because she's backed by this amorphous concept of the Illuminati. If you're unfamiliar with what the Illuminati is, it's a name that is given to several groups, both real and fictitious. Historically, the name refers to the Bavarian Illuminati, an Enlightenment-era secret society founded in 1776 in Bavaria, which is now part of Germany, if you weren't aware. The society's stated goals were to oppose superstition, religious influence over public life, abuses of state power. The order of the day, they wrote in their general statutes, is to put an end to the machinations of the purveyors of injustice, to control them without dominating them. The Illuminati, along with Freemasonry and other secret societies, were outlawed through edict by Charles Theodore, Elector of Bavaria, with the encouragement of the Catholic Church. In subsequent use, Illuminati has been used when referring to various organizations which are alleged to be a continuation of the original Bavarian Illuminati, although these links have not been substantiated. These organizations have often been accused of conspiring to control world affairs by masterminding events and planting agents in governments and corporations in order to gain political power, influence, and to establish a new world order. Central to some of the more widely known and elaborate conspiracy theories, the Illuminati are depicted as lurking in the shadows and pulling the strings and levers of power. This view of the Illuminati has found its way into popular culture, appearing in dozens of novels, films, television shows, comics, video games, and music videos. Thus, a short history of what the Illuminati is. But where does this fit with this one's wife and Harry? Well, interestingly, I was directed to a particular blog that's called kathyfoxwordpress.com. And there, amidst a raft of information about various theories and the linking of certain news items, we find the allegation that this one's wife is part of the Illuminati and that she's involved Harry in it. So is this then the source of her power? The author writes, in the Illuminati, #RaceFear, Riot's psychological operation, well-known Illuminati asset Nightingale, aka Hillary Clinton, recently effectively outed this one's wife as a fellow conspirator in the Illuminati by association. The evidence for this is a tweet from Hillary Clinton where she retweets ABC News, quoting her, that this one's wife stated, "The only wrong thing to say is to say nothing. This one's wife, Duchess of Sussex, speaks out following death of George Floyd in video she recorded for students graduating from her old high school." Thus, ABC News quotes this one's wife, and Hillary Clinton then retweets that, stating, "Well said, this one's wife. Thanks so much for sharing your experiences and speaking out." Therefore, according to this author, the retweeting by Hillary Clinton of something that this one's wife has been quoted as saying makes her a fellow conspirator in the Illuminati. Interesting evidential standard being applied there. But let's plough on and learn more about this supposed involvement. Jesse, I'm not sure who that is, confirmed that when Gloria Vanderbilt, which you'll be aware of the Vanderbilts, the hugely wealthy and famous American dynasty, when Gloria Vanderbilt died on June the 17th, 2019, Hillary was due, as her successor, to take over as Grand High Priestess. However, as Hillary was not there to breathe in the last breath of Gloria, she was detained. This is important to the Illuminati, as they believe that the successor breathing the last breath means they inherit the demons of the deceased, so she was detained. Hillary and this one's wife were both high priestesses in the US East Quadrant. A witches' battle was held beneath Chateau de Amorai Castle, which I think 8 candidates, and in the final, Beyoncé beat the yachty come recently royal, this one's wife. Gosh, it's all exciting stuff, isn't it? Hillary and this one's wife are high priestesses. There was a witches' battle, and Beyoncé beat this one's wife in the final. Hogwarts, eat your heart out. Gloria died on the 17th of June 2019, and a video was uploaded on July the 15th, so the battle appears to have taken place in the month intervening. The colour gold represents the Illuminati East Quadrant, controlled by the Van Duyn dragon family. This premiere was after the battle to become Grand High Priestess, and was in effect her public declaration of success, and this one's wife acceptance of this. And the author then links to a video which was from the Lion King premiere. Now, many of you will have a familiarity with that video as a consequence of the blatant shilling that Harry was engaging in to try and get some voiceover work for his wife as he was talking to Bob, the Disney CEO, and many people's toes were curled that day as they witnessed the Ginger One engaging in this behaviour. Nevertheless, the seeking of work fell into second place with regard to this author identifying that because Beyoncé was wearing a gold dress at that premiere, thus representing the Illuminati East Quadrant apparently, and that this meeting took place following the witches' battle between Beyoncé in the red corner and this one's wife in the blue corner. And that apparently this one's wife accepted that she had been bested because, according to the author, this one's wife apparently called Beyoncé my queen, and Beyoncé called this one's wife my princess. According to the author, this may help explain some of this one's wife and Harry's actions beyond the official reasons of the British press, who undoubtedly did much to harass Harry's mother, Princess Diana. Harry was heavily traumatized by the death of his mother in 1997, and recently has talked of his 20-year mental health battle. There was the biggest outpouring of grief ever over Princess Diana's death that will not be surpassed by any other royal. Harry evoked huge sympathy when he was forced by the royal family to walk behind the coffin in public as a boy. Princess Diana had predicted her death by car crash just 10 months before, she thought at the behest of Prince Charles, and she even died under a memorial to Diana. There are, of course, strong suspicions that the 11-year delayed inquest verdict of unlawful killing was in fact a ritual killing. Smitten Harry appears to dote on this one's wife. This one's wife has worn a ring that his mother wore. In the last year or so, Harry has been seen flashing signs associated with the Illuminati, although the hidden hand could be said to be a comfortable position to keep one hand. It could indeed. Then this cannot be said for the devil's horns, a most unnatural hand position, when in a photo op with Melania Trump. And you're treated to pictures of Harry at the engagement announcement, where, just like his father, he's tucking one hand under his suit, and in another one, he's in a similar gesture, albeit his second and fifth fingers are on the outside of the suit, his thumb, third and fourth fingers are underneath. Thus it appears that he's giving the devil's horns symbol. Then, on a cover of a magazine, he's shown with his hand around his wrist, and the author states another strange hand gesture is shown here, and whilst this could be a nervous wrist ringing, it may also be something more sinister and significant as a signal, although we aren't told what it actually signifies. The author then explains that Harry appears pretty matey with Obama, and we are shown some pictures of Harry sat with Obama, stood next to Obama, and then talking to Michelle Obama. Apparently, Obama is head of the Satanic Council, and we're referenced to another article, see Obama now running the Satanic Council. Although Princess Diana was from the aristocratic Spencers, it appears that she would not have brought up her children in the ways of the satanic Illuminati cult. She was in many ways the antithesis of the royal family. Compassionate, caring, kind, emotional, open. She hugged AIDS victims and campaigned against landmines and against controlling interests. However, as Jessie's story shows, even a parent can be unaware what is happening to their child, and since Diana's death, the children will have been brought up in the system. So it is unclear when Harry chose his satanic ways, since this one's wife or before. However, there appear to be no suspicious hand signals before meeting Illuminati High Priestess of the East Quadrant, this one's wife. Harry appears to have outed himself as an Illuminati supporter and member. And there we have it. Conclusive proof, I'm sure you will agree, that they are members of the Illuminati, that this one's wife holds the position within it of being Illuminati High Priestess of the East Quadrant, that she has shown respect to Beyoncé by calling her my queen, and she has in turn recognized this one's wife's position by calling her my princess, that Harry has been engaging in these various hand gestures which demonstrate that he has come within the ways of the Illuminati, and this has only occurred since he has been with this one's wife. I'm sure you find all of this completely compelling, that they're part of the Illuminati, and in actual fact, my observations about her behaviour as a narcissist and him as a victim of the narcissist actually are worth jack shit, aren't they? In fact, I may as well just give up now after that convincing explanation as to why they're members of the Illuminati, and that's clearly what is governing their behaviour. It must be nothing to do with the fact that she's a narcissist, even though there's lots of evidence that demonstrates that to be the case, and it must be nothing to do with the fact that he's afflicted by emotional thinking and the manipulative behaviours of his wife, even though, of course, there's lots of evidence that supports that also. I thought you would be interested in hearing about this theory in relation to this one's wife and Harry, particularly after my observations of yesterday, as demonstrative of views that continue to persist as to what actually powers this one's wife. Now, if such a shadowy organisation as the Illuminati exists, then it would, of course, attract narcissists, because it would be a base for power, which allows control, the drawing of fuel, the acquiring of character traits, and residual benefits. As always, I'll leave it up to you to make a determination as to that. For me, I will continue to explain that the reason this one's wife does as she does isn't because she has shadowy power supporting her, but she's driven by her narcissism. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.